I'm John Smart, President of the Acceleration Studies Foundation and one of the authors of the Metaverse Roadmap.
What excites you about current Metaverse technology?
What's exciting is, I'd say, the time that we're in. The network layer of the planet is tipping. People are all getting connected up virtually, wirelessly, and wired. And the bandwidth is just getting useful for 3D immersive spaces and for augmented reality, persistent, advanced mirror worlds, even life logging. So I'd say the time that we're in. This is the time for us to look ahead and see what the low-hanging fruit are, think more strategically about it, do scenarios on the space, and do actually statistical prediction, probabilistic prediction as to what things we think have to come and what are the circumstances for them, things like that.
What concerns you about current Metaverse technology?
Well, there's a lot of concerns. Probably the most, I have this rule of technology. I have these three rules of thumb, and my third one is that first generation technologies are usually dehumanizing. Second generation are indifferent to humanity, and with luck, the third generation is net humanizing. And I'd say we could make that case very forcefully with regard to the metaverse technologies. First generation technologies alienate us, isolate us, simplify us in certain ways, make us dependent in certain ways. They don't empower us, they don't educate us. And so I'd say getting over that first generation hurdle into the second and the third as quickly as we can would be probably my biggest concern.
What would be the most surprising impact of Metaverse technology on society within the next decade?
Most optimistically, the most surprising impact would be that everyone accepts it as a normal thing in the background. Like Mark Weiser says, it's an invisible technology. Everyone said, "I told you so. Look how quickly it came, and now we're all using it." The most surprising thing would be that we're not surprised anymore, that it's a natural part of our lives. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but that would be the ideal. And I think one of the key enablers of metaverse technology is going to be something like the conversational interface. If you read my web article on conversational interface, you'll see this idea predicting that the average query length that we're doing to search engines is going to keep doubling every 7 years. If it does it 2 more times, you and I are going to be talking to Google. And I've argued that we're not going to be talking to a disembodied machine at that point. We're all going to want to talk to avatars because we have nonverbal communication that goes with the verbal in parallel. It makes it more useful to us. And then at that point, of course, your avatar, my avatar, can start talking to each other, start becoming very useful digital twins. And that would really blow open the metaverse in so many ways, I think, to have that kind of an interface, the one that you and I use mostly to talk to each other right now.
What barriers will Metaverse technology never overcome?
Well, never is a very big word. I wouldn't use it. But for the very long foreseeable future, I think that the digital space is really going to be an augmentation, a layer on top of physical reality. In the very long run, some people think that there are no barriers, that everything is going virtual, as Buckminster Fuller called it, ephemeralization, because the virtual space can be a true superset of the space that it encapsulates if it's able to simulate at the same substrate level that the digital space or that the physical space operates on. And it's quite possible that will happen. It's quite possible that computation is the most fundamental parameter of the universe, the most fundamental driver. And if that's true, then the digital space is not going to have any barriers in the long run. But for the far foreseeable future, I think people looking at the digital space and assuming that it has everything that the physical space has, I think that's a danger, and it can continue to be a danger. People are going to attribute far more intelligence to these primitive avatars we're all going to be using 10 years from now than they have, because people are going to be probably having relationships with them they shouldn't have. People are going to be depending upon them for advice that they shouldn't depend upon them for. All kinds of first generation problems are going to come out of these. But I think in the long run, as long as we continue to cultivate a culture of foresight around them, we're going to make better choices and get them to the third generation where they really do extend our humanity in all the ways that we really care about.